The ridges on the edges of U.S. coins, known as reeded edges, serve a purpose that dates back centuries, rooted in the need to prevent fraud and ensure the integrity of currency. When the U.S. Mint was established in Philadelphia in 1793, it began producing coins made of precious metals like copper, silver, and gold, following the guidelines of the Coinage Act of 1792. These coins were particularly susceptible to a fraudulent practice known as clipping. Clipping and the origins of reeded edges. Clipping involved shaving off small portions of metal from the edges of coins, which were made of valuable metals at the time. Skilled clippers could accumulate enough metal over time to make a profit, while the clipped coins, though slightly reduced in size and weight, could still be used in transactions without drawing much attention. This practice was especially problematic in 17th century Europe, leading to a significant reduction in the metal content of coins, which in turn threatened to destabilize economies. To combat clipping, England began minting coins with ridged edges. The reading made it immediately obvious if a coin had been tampered with. Any smooth edge was a clear sign of clipping. When the United States became an independent nation, it adopted similar measures. The U.S. Mint implemented reeded edges on higher denomination coins right from the start, following the example set by European mints. The evolution of coinage and the persistence of reeded edges. Fast forward to the mid-20th century, and the composition of U.S. coins underwent a significant change due to the Coinage Act of 1965. This act mandated that coins be made from less valuable metals, primarily copper and zinc, rather than silver or gold. As a result, clipping became irrelevant because the metal in the coins was no longer valuable enough to make the effort worthwhile. Despite this, reeded edges continued to be used on U.S. coins. This decision was largely a matter of practicality. The U.S. Mint already had the equipment to produce reeded edges, and there was no compelling reason to invest in new machinery to eliminate this feature. Additionally, reeded edges served other practical purposes, particularly as a sensory aid for people with visual impairments, allowing them to easily distinguish between coins of similar size, such as dimes and pennies, or quarters and nickels. Modern usage of reeded edges. Today, even though the original purpose of preventing clipping is no longer relevant, reeded edges remain a part of U.S. coinage. They serve as a nod to historical practices, a functional tool for those with visual impairments, and a characteristic feature that adds to the tactile experience of using coins. In summary, while the ridges on the edges of dimes and quarters may seem purely decorative, they actually have a rich history tied to the protection of currency integrity. Though the need to prevent clipping has faded, the reeded edge remains a lasting legacy of a time when such measures were crucial.